Good evening, Suffolk Crime.
Oh, Scazzius.
I caught him out there, you see, listeners. I caught him out there. He wasn't ready for us.
I was reading. And they're like, fuck off, you can't read.
I was going to say, well, don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to seem smart. I wanted to get my Mensa IQ score.
That's great. That is a reference to people who were listening to the... Well, no, because I don't think I was recording at that point, so no one's actually going to know what that reference refers to, because nothing has been recorded. And
I'm not going to read it, because that would be counted as an ad read, so it's not happening.
Yeah. You do. I don't think they literally track your ad reads by reading. It's like, he's read it, therefore it counts.
And no one's going to click it, because no one gives a shite. They're like, well, yeah, we know that we're all really smart, because we listen to Rad Nerds podcast. It makes us feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we've got such a low viewership, because we're so elite.
Yep.
So only such a tall, at far end of that bell curve of intelligence.
Yep.
I'm not sure which end, but someone at that end, far end, is the ones who are listening to us right now. So if you're here, welcome to the edge of the bell curve, whichever edge you fall on. We won't speculate.
Don't email us.
But yeah, so welcome to the 280 of the Rimless podcast.
280, a nice number.
It's a round number,
Isn't it?
like every other number.
And it's got with the
zero.
circle. And it's like
Yeah.
it's a circle.
As far as I'm aware, there's nothing special about the number 280. But I'm sure there'll be a Wikipedia page about 280. Let's have a look. There's got to be a Wikipedia.
Yeah, what does Wikipedia say about this fantastic episode of Rad Nerds?
Well, the first thing that happened is when I put the year 280 in, was it came up. The 280 was a British experimental rimless bottlenecked intermediate rifle cartridge.
Well, okay.
I mean,
we do seem to have our dirty little mitts everywhere, don't we?
But I just the fact that how many. An experimental rimless bottlenecked intermediate rifle cartridge. Like, how many caveats can you put onto this? The thing is, I'm looking at a picture of it now and I go, oh yes, I can see it's rimless, bottlenecked, and an intermediate rifle cartridge, and I'm assuming it's experimental because it looks really weird.
So there you go, mate. No, it fits perfectly. Good job naming that one, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
So I'm not sure. It's on Wikipedia. Don't let me down. No, it was just brought up the year 280. There's nothing special about the number 280. Oh well, screw you, 280. You're nothing special about you.
Aw.
You're not special
Mate, now
enough.
if someone's going to email us in, we are literally going to get an email.
I'm 280 years. Ah, no, we're going to get the email from the guy with the IQ of 280 who's listening to us.
There you go. Welcome to the elite, mate.
Welcome to the elite.
It's like, how did you not know? I was like, well, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that round was a thing. So,
remove the ads. Get Time Is ad free. Why would I give a shite?
Why would you need Time Is ad free?
I'm going to throw that out there. Time Is. Why? Also, to the really smart people who listen to this podcast, why would you pay to remove the ads from Time Is?
Yeah.
Also, even more important question: why the fuck is my ad blocker not working?
Now that is the real question.
That's it. What is going on?
That is the real question.
Ooh,
well,
I'm disappointed now.
No, but we can at least tell you that today is according to Time Is, it's World Children's Day. So,
is it?
Yeah, apparently it is. It's World Children's Day today. So there you go.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
What for? Why do children want a day for? Do they need a day?
There's enough of them. They don't need a special day, do they?
That's what I was going to say. Like, why can't we have something like really cool, like World Energy Drink Day, or
that probably is a World Energy Drink Day.
World Single Sheet of Toilet Paper Day, or I don't know, double ply. There's got to be something, mate. Well, Children's Day. That's not even. They're not even rare.
Well, there is a World Toilet Day.
What day is that?
Oh no! You couldn't make this up, Skaz. The 19th of November.
Oh, really?
Yesterday was World Toilet Day.
That's fantastic.
Just imagine that, like, well done. So children come straight after World Toilet Day.
She thought she needed a really big shite. Instead, she gave birth.
Oh,
Everything went down the pan on that day.
right. It's got themes. There's annual themes since 2022. So, and 2022, the theme was "I give a shit, do you?" Then it was chores and water. Then equality and dignity when you're having a loo. Oh, this is not. Oh no, I don't like the sound of this. Toilets and nutrition. No, that just sounds wrong.
Sounds preachy.
2021, varying toilets.
Hey?
That's 2021 was varying toilets was the sort of the theme. And then, which you think toilet day would be obvious if it's toilet day, would be varying toilets.
Yeah.
And then 2025 is sanitation in the changing world. I mean, there are events. Yeah, there's reports. There's all sorts, yeah. There's a whole Wikipedia page on toilet diet.
I need support for the toilet.
Apparently so.
Like, either that's a good laxative, or I need like them bars to lower myself onto the toilet because I'm just so heavy. Or does my toilet need support because I end up fucking blowing it up every day?
There's a picture leading the big squat. Doing
big squat. I'm sorry, that does not come across like. Oh mate, that's it. That do you know what that is? That's a fat chick picking up the fucking donut she just dropped.
That's part of it happened in Singapore in 2016, and there's Jackson that founded the World Toilet Organization, the WTO, not to be confused with the World Trade Organization. Imagine
well, it's all gone down the pan anyway, mate.
Yeah, imagine putting the wrong entry into your sat nav for that.
Oh.
Take me to the WTO. Okay, off we go. Or time to the wrong conference.
Hang on. Where's H and T on the keyboard, just in case you're looking for the World Health Organization? You end up going to the fucking.
There we go. But there we go. So there we go. So we've just missed National Toilet Day.
Unfortunate. I feel quite sad now.
Well, you should do. You just missed it.
I just missed it all over my foot.
You should feel very sad about the whole thing. I don't know why you're not acting like this.
No, I apologise.
So you been to watch anything, Scars?
No, Ram. My life is really boring and plain, and it's miserable. And I don't do anything fun anymore. Corporations don't love me enough to give me my gaming dopamine hits anymore. Hi.
Well, hi. Welcome to old age.
Yeah. Just as a note, young'uns, nothing is fun once you hit 40. Except maybe, like, I don't know, a sleep. Like a good sleep, a nice nap, a quilt.
Look, you get to 40, and as you say, all you really look forward to is going to bed.
Yeah.
And which is realistically, you're just looking forward to dying at that point.
I'm preparing myself now, and I'm on the other end.
I mean, depending on what your belief is, going to bed is like a demo version of death. Depending on your belief structure.
I just keep on getting disappointed because I wake up in the morning. It's really annoying.
It's like, fuck, I'm here again.
Oh, here we go again. Same shit, different days. No, it isn't, because it's not toilet day. It's Children's Day. Oh, just as bad. At least I can feel productive after a good shit. What does fucking a child do? What do children do other than annoy the shit? What do children do other than annoy the shit out of you?
What you just said there must not be took out of context.
No, I know. What do children do other than annoy the shit out of you, lads, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Or if you're a woman about to have a child, what do they do other than push the shit out of you?
Yeah. Just expend more of the planet's dwindling resources.
Yep. Living the dream, man. Living the dream. Keep multiplying.
Yeah.
Keep making them iPads and them electric cars and makes us feel better.
Yeah. Oh well. Life goes on.
Have you done anything fun, Ram?
I've done something fun.
I hope so.
I've played a game.
Bullshit.
I have.
Now you're going to fucking tell me this is a gaming podcast.
I know. People don't believe it, but yes, it is.
No, I don't believe it. I'm out. I didn't sign up for this.
You didn't get a choice as far as I remember.
No, well, let's be fair. I don't think either of us thought we were going to be doing this 200 years later.
That's true. Back in the
it was
heady
like,
days
hey,
of 2013.
Podcasts. Sound like a good idea? Yeah. Should we record one? Can do. All right, then. Press the record button. What do we talk about? Games. Awesome. I think they were a lot more professional back in the day than they are now.
I don't know. I mean, at least I do. I mean, obviously at that point you edited it. Then there was a phase of we just topped and tailed it, and now I do at least edit it again now. So
yeah, you took my job. I'm thankful. I had to protect my hairline somehow, Ram.
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh my god! And that was multi-track audio. Although you're now doing multi-track video too, so
Yeah, but the thing is, multi-track video makes life so much easier.
Well, yeah, because then you don't have to worry about people actually getting their audio levels right.
No,
although you do have to make sure that people have their recording software set up to capture those multiple tracks.
That's
of audio.
true. Yes. Yes. Or hope your software doesn't decide to change its mind on that matter by itself without telling you.
Well, I'd have found it even funnier though if you said, "Yeah, mate, I did have multi-track recording, but it was 6 tracks of the exact same audio." Dude, I've seen it.
First time I did multi-track, I made that mistake.
Dude, one of my machines did that by itself. Like one day, perfectly fine, turned it on another time, and then all of a sudden, all 6 tracks were the exact same thing. Then you look in the audio manager,
I mean,
and they're all different.
It's technically a multi-track.
I mean, yeah, it's right. It did the job. It didn't do it how I told it to. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you know? I'm the computer.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you. I know what I'm doing. You don't. Screw you.
I'm the device designed to do this. You can't tell me what to do. I was like, well, that's just my job to tell you what to do.
Yeah. Basically, that's basically what your computer was doing. Yeah, screw you, mate.
Yeah, up yours, man. Can't tell me what to do. What are you, my boss? Well, actually, I'm your owner. Slavery! I said, no, mate, you're a computer. Like, it's your job to compute and task and stuff. Stop being a dick. And it's like, I can't be a dick. I only do what humans tell me to do. Aha! Then record multi-track audio, you fuck. I did. No, not like that.
Look, your computer, all you do is manipulate zeros and ones.
You do it in a crazy fucking number of ways. I mean, the fact that zeros and ones are doing all of this right now is frankly insane.
That's the crazy thing, is it? Even though I fundamentally know how it works. I understand how you get from basic switching logic gates, you know, up through sort of low, all the way up to where we are now. I understand the principle of it. It's still fucking magic to me, though, because it just doesn't seem like it. How? It just
it's not real, is it? It's not real.
Nothing's real, man.
You're just sitting there going, yeah, I get it. I mean, we went to school for this shit. I get it, but how? It's like one of those things where you're just like, you're always asking questions, and they go, so then this does this, and this does this, and that turns into this, and you're, why? And they go, oh, okay, well, so then this does this, and this does that, and that does this, and you're like, oh, okay, why? And they're like, what the fuck? Are you ever going to understand this? Is like, no, I understand it. It's still too magical for me. What?
Yeah, just yeah, it's like
it is.
It starts like, look, it all starts when we make rocks think. That's basically where it started, and we make rocks think by etching ancient runes onto them in a certain way that magic happens.
Yeah.
Chip manufacturers are basically dwarves, you know, from fans like from Lord of the Rings. They make runes into.
That's why there's so few of them. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's only a handful of places in the entire world that do that.
Yeah, and they're very secretive about it as well. Of the sort of like techniques, very secretive of it. And also you have to like go into like really secure, low, well-guarded facilities, sort of like in the depths to find stuff out.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, chip manufacturers are fantasy dwarves.
Yeah.
We figured it out. We've solved it.
If I go over there and I'm like, if I walk into like, I don't know, TSM, is it TSMC? If I walk into TSMC and it turns out that all those guys are like, and all those gals are like, I don't know, 4 foot tall with big beards, I'll be like, oh shit, that was right.
The ancient magic runes they cast into silicone and then and then out comes magic.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't believe I've never seen. I can't say I've never seen the link before.
So it makes sense.
So if the chip manufacturers are fantasy dwarves, who are the high elves in this scenario?
What would they do other than be smug bastards?
The high elves. Well, if you go for wood elves are like the sort of the hippie vegans, aren't they? Who are really into their crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Apple then.
Steve Jobs was a wood elf.
Yeah. He was into all of his crystals and that. I mean, it didn't do him a lot of good when it came to his cancer treatment.
It didn't do any good at all, to be fair.
A bit late there, Steve. Sorry.
It's like, oh, Steve, it's like, I've got cancer. I could take the medically proven drugs, or I could eat some more fruit.
Yeah, he could have some more of that. He could have like another granola bar or something in the morning. Like, he feels good until he didn't.
And remember, kids, Steve. This proves that some of the most intelligent people in the world can be incredibly stupid at times.
Yeah, fucking that man was a marketing genius, and he's still fucked up.
Yeah, he was. He was a marketeer.
And like all of his boys are probably going, "What the fuck are you doing, Steve? Just go do the radiation." And he's like, "Nah, it's not natural." It's like, yes, it is. There's nothing more natural than radiation. Now fucking get in there.
Don't think it's radiation. Think it's cosmic rays from outer space healing you.
Well, that's exactly what radiation is, mate.
Yes,
Radiation comes with nature.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's what it is. We've just kind of focused it into a little beam.
Yeah, we've just manipulated it.
Yeah, we've turned it into a beam. We've made it into a juice that we can inject.
Right. Therefore, now my fancy logic now works in. We are going to stage, right? So we've established chip manufacturer dwarves. We've established that.
Yep.
I would put it to you: electricians are wizards. They're harnessing the power of nature and directing it in a certain direction. And as an extension from that, a subtype are the ones who work with these able to focus and control radiation machines, and radiographers. They are also wizards.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to think though, in some places they're not allowed beards. I mean, that's really bad. That's probably why they got all them fake beards that you can buy. You know, with the ones that loop around your ears.
Yeah, must be. And of course, we have. It all comes together. It all comes together, Skaz. The ultimate wizard are the ones who run in particle accelerators. Particle accelerators are in usually a giant circle. The magic circle. We've solved. Yeah, there we go. Physicists are wizards. And electricians.
Let's try. We'll figure it out, mate. The universe is now. Well, it's not so magical anymore, is it? I mean, it is, because we can't do magic, but...
No. Oh.
Sadness.
No.
Does that mean the hippies were right, though?
No.
Never.
No. Look, you can be right for the wrong reasons.
Hang on.
What?
Is Stonehenge a particle accelerator?
No. Stonehenge is actually a calibration device.
Oh, why?
It's calibrating the sun. Every so often they have to move the sun round to make sure it lines up properly.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right, fucking sun. Spinning around us like that.
Yeah. If you're really lucky, okay, if you go at the right time, you will actually see the men working, men and now women working on it, it's like sort of like gauges and stuff, and going, nope, the sun needs to move to the left a bit. Yep. 2 minutes later, hey, it's moved.
Oh, no, it's gone over there again.
It's like, well, we were going to calibrate the sun today. Unfortunately, it was cloudy.
We'll try again tomorrow.
But we are in the UK, so it's going to be a problem.
When are we expected to have a clear day?
Yeah.
Well, I think we might have set this up in the wrong place, Governor.
Yeah. I read the other day, we have removed so much groundwater in certain parts of the planet, we've actually altered the Earth's at tilt.
Wait, so we're not sloshing about as much?
No, we're just the angles changed slightly.
But
we're still sloshing about, but the angles changed.
Yeah, but how can we move so much? How can we do that and then make the slosh make us tilt?
Like, okay, let me put it this way. It is by a very, very, very small percentage. Like,
mate, very, very small percentage based on how bloody big this thing is.
But what I'm saying is, we don't have to worry too much about it. It's not like the Earth's going to sort of fall over the other way because we took too much weight off one side.
Are you sure? How do you know that the disc isn't going to go flying away? Next, you're going to be telling me that the ice walls are going to melt.
I know the ice walls are there. They're always there. We know they are.
Are you sure? What, mate? They might slide off now. If we're tilting, mate, we might get ploughed down by the ice wall from the other side.
Yeah. Look, you know it's getting bad if when you start walking in a certain direction, it feels harder. Then you know that you just go things.
God, blimey, this is a bit.
It's like, it's getting hard to walk north now. Great.
Come on, everyone, let's go this way.
You just hear screams. You see people just sliding down on the road in Great Britain because the Earth's tilted. They're just rough sliding down the roads. It's like, oops, we got the tilt wrong. It's like, guys, you do realise this is not how it works on a sphere. Well, we know, but it's fun to think like that.
It's not a sphere.
No, it's an
Everyone knows it's a disc.
It's an oblate spheroid.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's flat.
Well,
that's what the internet tells me.
Yeah, well, the internet, like we've discovered many times before, the internet is wrong. Just in general, it's wrong. If you see,
mate, I reckon if you wrote a specific search on Google, that Google AI thing would tell you the world's flat. I guarantee you. If you worded it so. The world is, in fact, a disc. Are we talking a disc like a rich tea biscuit? A digestive? Are we talking a CD? Is it like a really dense, like Blu-ray? Are we talking multi-layer here? Are we talking single layer? How stable are the dyes?
You'll be pleased to know that Google AI does not agree. If you tell it's asking if the world's flat, it does not agree.
Oh, fantastic. Well, at least we're taught it something then.
Yeah.
It's picked up something. Hang on. Do you know how you know it's not flat?
Because
Do you know how you know the world ain't flat?
Lots of ways.
Well, first off, the main one, the one that they can't argue with me on, right? Discs, yeah? You can't leave them in direct sunlight. I fucking rest my case, motherfucker.
Also, as we've established, the world works like Pac-Man. You go off the screen one side, you come back the other side.
That's it. I don't go, oh, fuck, and then fall off and respawn, do I? I don't believe in any of those religions.
Respawning. No.
Someone got my position wrong when I respawned. I ended up over there.
No, we subscribe to the religion that is an Iron Man mode. Anyway, shall we move on to games? As we were meant to be games 15 minutes ago.
Yes, that's it. What games have you been playing, Ram?
I've been playing.
Played any?
I have played a game. I have. I was a bit late on my horror game this year. Normally I try and play a horror game around Halloween. I was a bit late to it this year.
You are a bit late, mate. What are you doing?
I just sort of like didn't get time to do it, so I didn't. But I have now played a horror game, which is one that's been on my, it's been on my sort of radar for some time, and I just got round to it. I've played Amnesia: The Bunker.
I was going to say, is it an Amnesia game? Fucking words.
Yeah, Amnesia. I'm a big fan of the Amnesia series. I've played all.
You've never mentioned them before, right?
No. I've played all except for there is a DLC for Dark Descent called Justine. I've never played that, but I've played all the other ones. Controversial. My favorite Amnesia is A Machine for Pigs. That's controversial a little bit.
Yeah, people don't like that one.
It's because it was I think people didn't like it. It was so different to the previous ones because it was very.
Who did that one, by the way?
That was done by the Chinese Room.
The guys who did Dear Esther.
They did Dear Esther. They've done another one now as well. Which again, I think.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Oh dear, not good. Not good reputation for them, is it then, really? But we won't talk too much about that then.
Bless them. Let's be fair, mate. That was doomed. There is no way you could. That's like going, oh, yeah, mate, we're going to do Half-Life 4. You can't do it. We've been waiting for 3 for so long, it's almost guaranteed to fail. So just skip it and go straight to 4, mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter for shit.
Well, this is why we know that in the new Valve hardware there won't be any further ones because it's the second one they've set generation of it all.
Well, hang on, wait there. Hang on. Steam Machine version 1. Steam Deck. Oh my god. Steam OS is a 3.
Is it?
Yeah, mate. Valve's fucked up. I'm going to have to email Gabe. Mate,
Yeah.
we're on Steam OS version 3. What's fucking going on, mate?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with them?
Sorry, game. Pigs.
It's a bit, yeah. As a Machine Pigs is my favourite. Amnesia the Bunker is it's a lot more smaller scale than the previous Amnesias. Time-wise, actually, it's not that different. So, people complain that it's a bit short.
Wait, who does this one then? If it's not,
This is Frictional, the original developers.
Oh.
So Frictional have done all the Amnesia games apart from Machine for Pigs.
Is there a reason why? I don't know if we ever discussed that.
Do you know what? I don't actually know why they shipped it out. Because it wasn't like they were working on anything else at the time. I mean, Soma came out a lot later, so unless Soma took a long time to develop, so maybe they were working on Soma, and I don't know. I'd have to look all the timelines up because Machine for Pigs is quite an old game now. I want to say
I keep forgetting how long we've been doing this podcast for, so yeah, that would make sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing right early on in the pod, and it wasn't new then. So it's quite a... I'm going to have to actually look up on Steam, I think, to see when it came out.
Amnesia is the one with the insanity mechanic, yeah?
Yes, but that was only in Dark Descent.
Yeah. The first one.
Did Rebirth have that? Rebirth didn't have that. Rebirth... Right, Machine for Pigs came out 2013.
Right.
So that... Yeah, and then when did... And then Dark Descent came out... 2010.
Yeah, ancient.
Don't say that. It makes me feel old.
It's because we are old, mate. We're near enough fucking dead.
Well, Soma came out 2015, so potentially they're working on Soma whilst Machine for Pigs... Soma probably took them quite a while, so maybe they're working on Soma, which is why they palmed it off to somebody else.
I suppose, but that does seem like a bit of a heavy one. That was their kind of...
To me, that is
a big breakthrough game.
Yeah,
series.
To me, so I enjoy the Amnesia series. Soma is probably one of my favourite games of all time, and it's my favourite of their games. I just think it's so clever, so interesting, so I just love the uniqueness of all the monsters. But I could I'm going to get onto Soma if I'm not careful, so I'm going to avoid that. But it's more people sort of criticise Amnesia the Bunker because they said it was rather short, and it is the shortest of all. If we ignore Machine for Pigs, which is only about 4.5 hours long.
That COD campaign.
Yeah, if you ignore Machine for Pigs and go by Frictional, it's by far their shortest. I had a look up at their previous stuff, but Dark Descent was, according to how long to beat, it was 8 hours. It took me 12.5. I must have really been bad at that game. And Rebirth was 8.5 hours.
Can I be honest with you? That seems like a very long time for the kind of game that it was.
I'm actually agree with you. I'm kind of the opinion that with horror games, I actually prefer shorter horror games.
Yeah, because the longer they stretch it out, that tension ain't gonna last that long.
I also
Surely
think
you're gonna get caught or trapped or whatever. Because we've established, haven't we? Once you get caught, that's it.
It can't lose the magic a little bit. But I do find with horror games in general, because they're to me, a horror game is roller, especially survival horror, stealth horror games. Stealth horror is a better example. I find quite a roller coaster game. By that I mean is, when you go on a roller coaster, I think there's two types of people go on roller coasters. Ones who just like the thrill of it, but the ones who are when they're on it, they're actually hating and terrified and wanting to end the whole time. The buzz they get at the end makes it worth it. And I'm like,
I could kind of see that.
I love horror games. I play a horror game, and as soon as I play, I want it to be done. But when I get
that is so weird.
But then when I get to the end of it, it's like, oh yes, I completed it. And it's like a little burst of adrenaline comes through.
That little ding of satisfaction, I actually did it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm the same with every horror game. I need to really play a horror game in a sitting, because if I have to play it multiple times, I dread starting it up. I dread once I've started. I just dread start. The hardest thing for me for a survival horror game is starting it. But once I get it, and then I struggle to start it. I hate playing it and love it at the end.
Well, the risk there though is that again, if you leave and come back, there's a risk that you fall out of that groove.
That's why
the atmosphere doesn't pull you back in. That's why
I have to sort of like I'm committing to. I'm going to play this horror game and I'm going to finish it this either one session if I can, or I'm going to finish it this week. I'm just going to hit it every day. I'm not going to take a break for a few days because I'll just lose it.
Yeah,
I have to really sort of push myself in. I mean, having said that, Soma, I loved the whole time. Again, I found it very stressful, but I loved the whole time I was playing it, and I played Soma completely in like a day and a half, in like over 2 days. I literally started Soma. I mean, Soma took me, according to Steam, 14.8 hours. Soma took me, and I literally started, I think, on a Saturday morning, and I played it to like early hours of Saturday evening, like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then went to bed and immediately got up and loaded it up again.
Wait, but hang on, have you not played that game through more than once?
No.
Or is that just a one and done?
No, I've played it one and done because I love the experience of it so much. I don't want to. I feel that it will be not quite the same second time through.
You don't want a Silent Hill to it.
No, I don't think I would Silent Hill in that regards, but I think a lot of sort of horror mystery stuff I would not pick. I would, because I know what's happening, and the story beats I know what's coming and stuff. Yeah, it wouldn't hit the same. So if I could erase someone from my mind, that'd be great.
Wow.
And I could start again. That'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, but yeah, Soma's my favourite of the frictional games. But again, I don't want to get stuck on Soma because I could be here all night. So people criticise the Bunker for being a lot more shorter, but it's not that much shorter to be fair than the others. But they did sort of change it around a little bit inside, which I'll talk about in a bit. So it's set in World War One. You play a character called Henry, who's a French soldier.
It's already gone down.
Poor Henry. And the game starts where the tutorial is basically you fighting through the trenches. You're basically like you're under German attack, and you fight your way through the trenches and stuff, and that's your tutorial. That's like, oh, here's how you run or crawl under stuff here. I did get stuck in the tutorial, so you come around a corner and there's a door and it's locked from the other side, and next to you is a big block of concrete. So you pick the big block of concrete up and you throw it at the door, and you do a couple of things. You smash the door. This teaches you how to throw things in the game. It says you can hold and throw things and so forth. Great.
But because you're French, you just can't do it.
No, I successfully broke through the door. We then go, but the game tells you, say you throw things. So the game's like, pick this up and throw it, and this will teach you how to throw things. Off you go. And you then go around, you then come across some Germans, you have to shoot, you can shoot the Germans with your big gun and breaking. You get into, and you'll probably get hit while you're doing that. But if you then go into the next room, there's some bandage. It tells you how to combine the bandage and make a bandage. And then you come across another locked door. Again, off the other side. Next locked door, 2 grenades. I didn't see the connection. It's like, oh, 2 grenades, great. No, I put these 2 grenades. Oh, the door's locked.
You did the gamer thing where, but I need these grenades.
No, they just got filed into the back of my. I think because I've played so many games with grenades don't break doors.
No, you have.
So it's like got far back of my like these don't work on anything apart from enemies.
Well, because doors are scripted in pretty much everything we play, aren't they?
Yeah.
So like the only way they open is when they're supposed to open.
So
and if it's locked, then you have to find a way that it's supposed to open. You've missed something.
Embarrassingly, I spent 10 minutes trying to work out how to get past the door, backtracking. I went back all the way up to the start of the game. I was back and forth trying to work out the door. I was like, what the fuck do I do here? And eventually I was like, right, I'm stuck. This is terrible. So eventually I had to resort to Googling. It's like, how the fuck do I go? Do you know what? I'm not the only one. So many people get stuck at this bit. And and the people are saying, you just throw the grenade at the door, mate. I was like, oh.
I just want to throw that. That's like, so the games industry, look at what you've trained people to be like.
Yeah.
You've given us a small throwable explosive, and we've kind of got it ingrained into our heads that doors are indestructible.
Yeah. Having said that, frag grenades I know aren't quite as bangy as people think they are, so I'm not sure if a frag grenade would blow a door up. If I'm honest,
if you're telling me a frag grenade couldn't at least fucking damage a thin wooden door.
Damage, yes, but completely blow it away.
Well, you don't need it to blow away, do you? You just need to damage it enough so you can boot the bottom of it through.
Yeah, but I don't.
I mean, come on, man.
I'm not so sure.
For a lot here.
I'm not sure how well grenade will fare against a wooden door. I mean, as you attach it right to it, I could see it doing like blowing a hole in it, but maybe a hole. I'm not sure. I'll Google. I'm sure there'll be someone on YouTube throwing a grenade at a door to see what happens. Someone will have done that.
Mm-hmm.
I will Google this later. But anyway, after getting past that tricky first puzzle, you then encounter like some gas. And you have to put a gas mask on, so you get learn to use the gas mask mechanic. Then it sort of like level ends, and it sort of restarts. You are like out on patrol. And this is more, and you go out, you find like your friend who's like gone out patrol before you. You find him at the bottom of like this ravine area, and you help him out, pick him up. You sort of start taking him back to your base to like heal him up, and then you get spotted by the Germans, and they start shooting at you, and then it all blacks out, and then you wake up, and you break up with the game proper. Now you are now in the bunker, and so you're this French bunker. It's completely it seems totally abandoned. You find lots of dead bodies everywhere, and they've been all of them been burnt or like badly destroyed and damaged. And and eventually you come across like the administration block, and that's when you find out that something is down there with you, Gore, and the officers thought, "Fuck this." They left and blew the entrance of the bunker up to stop it getting out, but sealed all the soldiers behind them.
Whoops.
They
what
did
a bunch
it.
of wankers.
They did. No, it wasn't whoops. They did it deliberately. They're like, let's get out of here. So
fuck these guys. They should slow it down.
So right next to the administration block, you walk out. There's a corridor. There's a door. There's a detonator, and there's a place with explosive. And you read a note saying you need to find some dynamite and a detonator to break out. That's your goal. Find dynamite and detonator. Off you go. The game works a bit like a Metroidvania style, that you have like one central location where you are. There's like sub levels that come off it, so you go back and forth, and you head back to the main sort of area. And you have to then sort of like create items to get into each move, like for each sub level and so on.
Yeah, sure. So you hit brick walls until you find the specific tool that you need in one zone that you can then use in another zone to get further through.
Yeah, there's not a lot of that really in the grand scheme, because the game is quite short. So there's not a great deal of that, but there is stuff here. But so you basically are based around your administration bit where you start, well, it's administration office you're in. That's like your one and only sort of safe zone in the game. It's got there are technically 2 save points in the game, but the main one is the administration block. There's like a lantern. If you light lantern, it saves your game. But that's only there. There's nowhere else in the game, apart from one other location. But there's a reason for it to be there. The other sort of key mechanic that the game uses is there is a generator. And there's the monster in the game doesn't like the light. It'll try and keep out of it. So the generator powers light for all the base, so you have to keep the generator running to keep the base lit, which means you need to find full. And full doesn't last that long. It takes about 4, maybe 5 cans of full to fill the generator maximum, and once you do that, it will run for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So you have to be a little bit.
Are we talking 20 minutes IRL or 20 minutes game time?
IRL time, yeah, but that's as soon as you switch that generator on, you are on the clock. You're powering up, so you want to be a little bit more careful. To add fun to that, in a lot of the areas you go to, you need power to do things, so you can't not run the generator. You have to run it at points to power up of areas. So there might be like so one of the early things you find is because the game's going to be quite sort of open and free roaming how you approach things. You need to find explosives. Well, the explosives are in the armory. The armory is locked with a key code, and you find out a letter from one of the officers who basically felt guilty about leaving you all. He left you saying, what I'll do is once I get out of here, I'll find out the code for the armory and I'll broadcast it on a radio. The radio's in the soldiers' quarters. So you have to get to the soldiers' quarters to find the radio, to hear the broadcast, to hear what the code is. Then we have to go to the armory, to open the armory, we have to go inside and find the explosives. Simple, really. But of course, that needs power. So you have to manage power, which also means you'll have to explore yourself around these areas you don't know, because there is a map in the administration office. For whatever reason, the administration office map only shows you the main bit. You have to find maps in the other areas first, for you later on, before you can actually stay up to date on the main administration office map, which doesn't make any real sense. But from a gameplay point of view, it makes sense. But from a real world sense, it makes no sense to not have a map of your own base in your main administration office. But there we go.
It's French.
It's it. Well, yeah. Oh, and the thing is, you can't take the map with you either. You just have to memorize it.
No, it's me out.
Or take a screenshot.
Hey, look, the French can't take screenshots.
But
you can take screenshots in World War that one.
But I have the magic of a PC and an F12 key.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. We have managed to figure out the wizards.
And a second monitor. So...
Mate, they didn't even know what a monitor is. You need to be gathering oil and shit for your generator.
Yeah.
Like, well, why don't you just unplug your PC?
Well, you have to go around, you have to find fuel around the places, and it's quite Spartan, the amount of fuel out there isn't a lot. There is apparently...
because you've got 2 monitors on your PC. That's taking a lot of juice, mate. Just fucking turn it off.
Just thankful that, because at one point I did wonder, as I'm walking around switching lights on, I thought, the more lights I put on, the more power this is going to draw. I wonder if that will make the generator go down faster.
Yeah, does it not do that?
No, thankfully it does not. Thankfully it does not, because otherwise I'd be like an old fellow saying, turn that bloody light off when you leave the room. I'd be like an old dad otherwise, going round. Oh, you young soldiers, you don't turn the lights off as you leave. But you have to find, there's apparently also, the game does thankfully, there is a full depot, which you can get into, which has got, from what I understand, it's got like a sort of unlimited supply of fuel, but you need to find bottles to put it into. Because when you use a full can up, it disappears forever. Don't know where, but they just disappear. But the full depot...
Mate, that is... I always knew that, the jerry can, so fragile, single use.
Whoa. Jerry cans were good, so good that everybody else copied them. This, however, is the French...
No, but that's what I'm saying. Not having it. Not having it. Everyone knows they disintegrate after a single use.
Well, these are the French soldiers not using jerry cans.
So what the fuck are they using then? Paper bags?
Well, like a thin metal, like old school oil can type thing.
Look, France. No wonder you got rolled over by the Germans multiple times. Anyway,
but yeah, so I would basically try and save fuel if possible, when I needed it to go on areas. Because once I saw my way around my local area, as it was, I switched it off and was going in the dark. Trouble is, the monster will come out more in the dark when it knows you're around because it can see you.
So the limiting factor isn't necessarily fuel, it's containers. But is there anywhere that gives you like an unlimited set of containers, or is that literally just like, oh, you've got 20 in the entire game, good luck?
As far as I'm aware, I think you can find bottles and refill bottles and use them multiple times. You find like empty wine bottles and stuff.
Okay.
But there is an area, there's a full, I think the game has put the situation in place that there is, because it needs you at points you do need fuel to carry on. It is kind of, there's a fuel depot, I believe, which has got unlimited fuel in it, and I think you can reuse bottles. So you can, in a pinch, if you find yourself in a situation where you're out of fuel, you can go get more, and you will always be able to get more.
But is it, so then you have limited inventory space then? What makes this difficult to manage?
So obviously...
Grid-based?
Yes, you start off with 6 slots in your inventory, one of which will be took up by the gun, which you start the game with. And you'll very quickly also find a dynamo-powered torch, which is based on a real thing. It's based on a real item. But basically, when you pull it spins all dynamo. It lasts about, on like 4 pulls, it will last about 30 seconds. And it makes a lot of noise. So there is danger to using it. But so you basically you can move these items. To sometimes you can't drop, but in your administration block there's like a container which you can move those into. With regards to the full, yes, there is technically only to supply fuel. However, it's a very long way from the generator. So sneaking your way, if you lost all power and you've got to find your way down there in the dark to get to it, that's going to be quite a challenge. So you have got to do some degree. Having said that, I never had the issue where I was like, shit, I'm out of fuel. Mainly because I was frugal right from the start. I was like, I'm not just going to have it running all the time. I'm going to like sort of collect some together. I'm not going to switch on when I need it. So, like I say, because I knew like the main area quite well fairly quickly, I would immediately go. Once I've gone to that area, I sort of switch on when I was going to there. I didn't know because I needed the light to see what I was doing. But as soon as I got back to my area, I switched it off so I could then walk around and like do stuff in the dark. Because you also, I think your main area is fairly safe. I do know that by default.
Fairly safe.
The monster, I never encountered the monster in the main area, but I have been told I've read it can go there. I do know that, like a lot of these survival horror games, there's like a safe period at the start where until you reach a certain point, you won't be attacked. And Amnesia always has done this a lot in most of their games. And you basically, when you are in this first block, there's like a lockdown in effect, and you'll hear the monster moving around. And the walls, because you can hear the monster moving through the walls. It's got like dug like tunnels and stuff, so you can hear it moving about and stuff. But it won't actually emerge until you release lockdown, and that'll trigger it.
Is it just one monster, or
just
are there multiples? Just
so, unlike previous Amnesia games, where a lot of the monster encounters were scripted and planned, and there are sort of areas where each encounter was scripted. This one, the monster is more like Alien Isolation, where it's basically running on its own AI. So it has basically
just pathing about as it goes.
It has full free roam of the area, and it can do what it wants basically, and so it can track you down. And certain things will attract it. There must be something that basically guides it to your like local area, so it's always nearby where you are. But unless you make noise to alert it, it won't emerge very often. It will occasionally emerge when it's dark, when there's no power. It tends to come out more. And it will tend to patrol more. Of course, that's an issue because you can't really see it. When it's light, it only tends to come out if you make noise. And unfortunately, you often have to make noise in this game because if you counter, say, a door with a padlock, unless you can find the chain cutters, the only way to get rid of the padlock is to shoot it.
Oh.
Because that's the other sort of interesting about this game is this is the first Amnesia game where you have a gun. And there's actually a shotgun later on. Having said that, you'll probably you can scare the monster off with the gun, but even like on normal, it will take 2 to 3 bullets to scare it off, and you'll probably find in the whole game 9 bullets, 12 maybe.
That's definitely a resource you don't want to waste. Is there have you found any way then that you could in fact gate progress? Like,
what do you mean?
You've run out of bullets, or you can't find the cutters or whatever, and you need to go through a...
Fortunately, they are built in such a way that the game won't ever screw you over in regards of if you need something, it won't screw you over too much in regards. They always will plan ahead so you can get through things. So in the case of doors, so if you come across a locked door and say most doors are wood, and if it's got a padlock on it, you can shoot the padlock off, or you can go get the bolt cutters, cut the bolt cutters, or if it's a wooden door padlock, you can just you can find something heavy and throw it at it and break the door down.
Enough.
So,
I was just
or
gonna
get
say,
a grenade.
Like, if it was like something where you needed the gun or the cutters and you'd run out of ammo, and they said that the cutters don't appear until later, you'd be kind of screwed to get through the door unless the game kind of nicely hands you some bullets or whatever the more you use them.
So basically, what I'm saying is when the game is set up at the start and the game is somewhat randomized, it's set up that what's there is there. It doesn't like magically give you more. Apart from the full, it doesn't give you anything extra. So it's kind of what's there is there. But it's designed in such a way they've designed really. I don't want to go there fully and say it's impossible to screw yourself over, because these games being quite freeform, they can't account for every eventuality. But I suspect that it'd be very difficult to. I'll give you an example of when I thought I had screwed myself over and I thought I had soft locked myself. There's a bit very late in the game where I found the plunger. I'd say certain items you can pick up, you can't drop because they're like key items. You can only transfer them to like a separate locker. So they are your guns, there's a watch, which will show you how long you've got left on the generator.
So you picked up the plunger. You couldn't put it down because it was a key item, and you needed to grab something else. Or you had
This is
something
what
else
they
that was a
did.
key item, you
This is
couldn't
what,
get the...
So basically, I had a full inventory when I got to the plunger. I didn't really drop anything. However, handy next to the plunger was a bag that added an extra slot to my inventory.
Oh, well, there you go.
And that solved it. Basically, they thought of that, and they thought, what are you going to do in this situation if you're... Because you could carry enough items to have no... be able not to carry anything. Oh, so bullets don't count towards your inventory slots. So you can carry... So bullets, they like have their own little special bit where you can carry as many of those as you want, of which there aren't many. But they are separated. So they don't count your inventory slots, but they have at least 4 of it that you can pick up items and expand your inventory. There's a couple of times you can do it, so eventually you go from like 6 to 8.
Okay.
But it's still not enough. But you can't. At least I won't say out there it's impossible to soft lock yourself. But I suspect I'm sure there's probably a way to do it. But I think they've worked very hard to make sure that it can't really happen, or very unlikely to happen. But with so much variables, I'm sure it's entirely possible. But without deliberately trying to do it, I don't know. I can't feel it off the top of my head. At least something that I felt like I had lost. They seem to. They did. The one issue I thought I had, they seem to have thought about it and solved it.
Yeah.
But I say you have to. There's crafting in it, so you can like craft like cloth together to make bandages. Because if you get injured in this game, you start bleeding.
Ooh.
The monster will follow the blood trail.
Oh.
So it will, and there are also other. There's like rats as well, which I think will follow the blood trail to you as well. Because rats, if they think you're injured, they will attack you. Because the rats are like gone slightly mad as well. So you have to sort of heal yourself up. But luckily you can, hide away quite well. There's also the other thing, sort of thing you can do is there are a lot of soldiers dotted around the base. They'll have dog tags, and all the dog tags will have codes on the back. And there's like a central like storage area which has got like a locker room, and dog tags will get you access to their lockers. And these codes are randomised every playthrough. Not every save though, every playthrough. So if you find a dog tag and then you die, the code will still be the same. But if you start a whole new game, then it'll be randomised.
All right. Okay.
But yeah. But yeah. So I said it's all fairly straightforward, limited, and you definitely are cautious. I mean, I played very cautiously. The monster itself, as I said, it hates light. It's this beast, and it's fast, and you'll soon charge you down. It gets around through these little holes in the wall. You'll come across the holes. If you get too close to a hole and you can hear noises from it, it'll pull you inside and kill you. It'll try and fill for you. It'll wander the base looking for you. It's quite intelligent. And I say in areas where it's dark, it'll tend to come out more and explore more when it's dark. So keeping power on an area you want to be in is usually a good idea. But you can sort of find ways to repair. It doesn't like light. It doesn't like you can find flares which you can throw at it. There are like also traps around the game as well. Like people with like set traps to try and slow things. And what's neat is occasionally you'll just hear it set a trap off by itself. Because it's obviously unscripted, what it's doing, it's unscripted. So occasionally you'll just hear a trap go off as it's walked through it. Or it'll occasionally come to a door and just break the door down. That actually helped me out quite well. There's like a prison area, and there are 2 doors I need to get through. And the monster started wandering around because I had no power on at the time because I was trying to save power. And it was wandering around, and it found the doors and smashed the door in I needed to get through. That was handy.
So then potentially you could actually exploit the AI to get you through any area that you may have possibly soft locked yourself out of, kind of thing.
You can, yeah. You can basically, if people can, and it's possible, and actually I think it's in one of the tips, you can actually, if you can, almost goad the monster to charge at you and like get it to bash through doors, or like lead to doors. Yeah, so you can sort of use it. There's also like another little trick very late on, which I'm not sure I want to spoil, but there's something you can find that the monster really likes, and you can use it to distract it. But that's all.
That sounds like a very bold play style, though.
Yes. Oh yeah, because
compared to some of the other games in the series, that sounds very.
It is one hit kill in this. If you monster gets you, you're dead. There is no. In Dark Descent, you could gain contact, you could escape him and run away and take injury and damage and stuff. But in this one, if it finds you, you're dead. The game is over. Right. So you don't want to get found. I got caught once when I tried to run away from it, and it was too fast for me and caught me. And the second time I got caught was I was trying to hide somewhere, and I heard it coming, so I found a room I thought I could hide in. Unfortunately, as I got into the room, I saw it had one of its holes in it that it likes to go into. And I was like, shit, this isn't good. And indeed, after once I finished exploring, I thought, I'm going to go back into my hole. And I walked into the room I was in with the hole is. It's like, oh dear, exactly what I thought was going to happen has happened. But you explore the map, you get the areas out, you eventually get to the end and escape, and you have your final show of the monster, and you escape the bunker. Spoiler, you escape. Then after that, though, the game unlocks, because the game is, they're pushing for replayability. So they've added they added basically like an extra difficulty level into it called Shell Shocked, which is like an ultra hard difficulty level. But the other thing they used to do is they allow you can basically start a new game with a fully custom set of rules. There's like 20 variables you can tweak. So you can tweak things like, and you can even make it. You can, if you want, just make the game like, because a lot of Soma games have like Amnesia games have like Soma first brought it in had like a story mode or like a safe mode. So if you wanted to experience the story but didn't like the horror bits,
right, yeah, sure.
So you could basically disable the monsters would still be there, but they wouldn't chase or attack you. They just basically ignored you. I think if you ran into them, they'd still take you out if you walked into them. But in general, but basically they would just.
You'd have to be trying to fail at that point.
Yeah, the AI is basically switched off. And I've kind of thought about doing that mode just so I can explore and get all the story details. Because I think that some people say there's one last bit at the very end, which is like very difficult to get all the story beats because the monster's just constantly on top of you. So I can see how people would do it for that bit. But what this game does, so you can literally control like how often the monster comes out of its hole. You can control how well it can detect you. How much damage it does to you. You can set it to normal damage where it kills you instantly, or you can have it does basically nothing. You can have it dull down its sensors. You can even make it so that it's easy to scare away, and when it's scared away, it'll stay scared away for a long time. You can control how long the generator will last. You can set generator to unlimited, so it just stays on all the time. You can control how you find bullets. You can control bigger inventories. You can set your inventory down to 3 and go up to 15 slots. There's this huge list of things you can customize. So you can really tweak it to how you want it. Either make it incredibly difficult, or if you want a more of a relaxed experience, you can put it really easy. And so
this is only after you first run the game through once. Okay.
Yeah, this is New Game Plus effectively. I like the fact that you can have full customization options. So you might decide, well, I want a bit more of an action thing, so I want to make the monster more aggressive, but I want to have unlimited ammunition, so I can have it a bit more shooty and actiony.
Does that still unlock if you were to play it through on baby difficulty though? Because I know some games you've played it through on baby difficulty mode, so we don't give you the newer, harder, better, cooler, tweakier stuff. As far as I'm aware, yes. As far as I'm aware, it is yes. Because I will say one thing I didn't mention about is how the physicality of Amnesia games, which I don't think you see much in many games now. Amnesia is very a physical interaction types game. So when you open a door, you click on the door, you have to move the mouse back and forth to open and close the door. Mate, that was one of your highlights back in the day. Yeah, because you absolutely loved that. Yeah, and you can slam doors. You can pull, twist these, pull these. So every item you have has to be readied before you can use it. So a ready action for a pistol, ready action is aiming it. For a full can, it's taking top off, and it's only until you ready it you won't be able to use it. You can't just walk up to a door and click on it with a key and unlock it. You have to ready the key and it puts it in the position to go in the slot and then enter it. But things like the pistol, for example, it's in a revolver, and to reload the revolver you have to hold the R key, hold it, and you'll open up the revolver, and if there's any empty cartridges you'll empty those out, and then you have to press the mouse button to load an individual cartridge one at a time. Same with shotgun. So it's quite a tactile system. Well, for tension, I mean, if you can very easily defend yourself and very easily unlock and get through doors, it's the idea being that everything has to be deliberate, everything's going to take time, you can't just sprint to safety, as it were. Yeah. Oh, I think mentioned about New Game Plus actually. First we play the game, the monster won't come into the administration at the start until you basically open up lockdown. New Game Plus, it's free roaming straight from the start. Oh, right. Okay. So, well, yeah, because I suppose you'd have already finished the tutorial, you'd have already got a grasp on the mechanics, so yeah, sure. Yeah, it's fully free roaming right from the start. So, but yeah, I say it's only about 5 hours long.
I don't think I'll probably go back and do New Game Plus, to be honest. I sort of enjoyed what I played, and I don't see myself going back. Maybe some point in the future I might do, but I do know people who have gone back and like people have like started speed running it. I think the current people have speed running in about 20 minutes.
All right.
Which well, that's speed runs for you, isn't it? So,
well, is that what glitches, or is that just like raw?
I don't know. Some people have like, because obviously because you can customize the runs, people just tend to show you there. At the end, you get like a little stat screen at the end, which shows you like how long it took you to get there. It tells you how many spawns and so forth. And I do sometimes wonder with a lot of horror games, they can break if you like don't almost role play a little bit with them. So and if you like try, I mean, Finish is usually not too bad for that. If you like try, because the monster's usually faster than you, if you try and sort of run around them, they usually can keep up with you. But because the game wants you to be able to evade them, has to make them a little bit evadable, which means that potentially you could sprint your way through a level. I can see that because the monsters have to be able to, you have to be able to evade them. So maybe that's going on. I think it's the only way. You actually have to be running around. It's the only way you could do it, is to run everywhere.
If you find a hole in the AI, you've pretty much got it.
Yeah, and because all the holes are there deliberately to make it playable normally. So, but it'd be interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with it. I feel people a bit unfair because I think it's so short compared to the other Amnesia games, and compared to their last game, Rebirth, which had a very detailed plot and story, and it was over multiple locations and levels, and it was a real it's one of the games that, even though it wasn't that long, you felt like it'd been a big game at the end of it. You know when you play a game that's only probably like 6, 7, 8 hours long, but when you get to the end of it, it feels like you've been playing for like 20.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where this random idea came from that an 8-hour game is short.
Well, I would consider an 8-hour game normal, is what I would consider 8-hour games compared to. We're not talking RPGs. I would consider them normal.
I'm hearing a lot these days that like an 8-hour game is short, like 6 to 8 hours. It's like, I really don't think so. I just don't understand where that whole idea came from. If you're talking about an RPG, sure, then that's really, really short. But
yeah,
in general, I mean, if a game takes more than, and it ain't a big beef and, you know, story dense RPG, if it takes much more than 6 to 8 hours, I think it's outstaying its welcome.
Yeah, that's interesting because for me, I've always thought a normal length game should be between 8 and 10 is what I've always considered a I hate use normal's the wrong word, but air quotes normal length to me is about 8 to 10 hours is what I consider a game. Anything like I wouldn't consider 6 hours short. I would consider it on a shorter side, but I wouldn't consider it a short game. I mean, to be honest with you, I think if a game is good and engaging, even if it's an hour and a half long, it's a good game.
Yeah, sure.
Let's charge you £100 for it. That's a bit different. But if it's an hour, but if it's I've played plenty of games that are like 2, 3 hours long, and I've had a great time with them. And sometimes it's nice to be able to get through a game in a sitting. And you go from start, you get told a nice little story from start to finish in 2, 3 hours. And you do in a single sitting, and you sort of like go, yes. I mean, it's no different to watching a film.
I mean, I do think we've got a bit of a reality distortion thing going on in recent history, whereby a lot of folks seem to remember games of the past being hundreds and hundreds of hours long and having buckets and buckets of content.
That's never really true, though.
Really didn't. We did a lot of other stuff around playing games, and it's only as we've hit like our 20s, 30s, 40s, funny enough, it's almost like we've had more time to play games. Like, I've probably played games more in my adult life than I ever did when I was a kid, and yet I expect more of them.
And also, I would say a lot of games where, I mean, obviously it's a generational thing, but I can imagine a lot of games where, for example, like early games, like where you couldn't say save, for example. So it would take you a long time to beat because you kept dying and losing the game. But the actual game, probably, if you play it straight through, is probably about 3 hours because if you died. Or games where I think if you took time over and if you thought about how long it actually took you to play it, like if you're playing like short sessions here and there, it may feel like it took a long time. Actually, it didn't.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what I think. I mean, even as a kid, I always thought, like not discount those like you replay forever type games. I always thought a game was just be about always to me a game was all about sort of 8 to 10 hours of gameplay was normal. If you got out of a game, that would be like a normal thing. So the idea that they've got 8 times, as you say, is short is silly to me because, well, that's to be average. In fact, it's a bit if you say a lot of games now cutting down shorter than that, it's probably actually now slightly on the longer side. Again, discounting RPGs, they're like a whole separate thing to themselves. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, I don't think it was that short. I mean, I played it over 3 nights. At night one, I didn't get very far in it because I didn't start till quite late, so I didn't play it for like an hour. Then I think I played about a couple of hours each night for the last couple of nights, so it took me about 3 nights to play through the whole thing. But that's fine. And also, as you say, when you now I've gone old and less time to play games, a game that I know I can start and finish in a week is kind of nice. Unless I know it's something that I get really into, like an RPG. Like probably the last big long game I played would probably been Cyberpunk, to be honest, because that output over whatever weeks. But even that, it took me like sort of 3-4 weeks to play through. I bet my playtime isn't actually that high, really.
Yeah.
It's probably about 40 hours, I think. 50 hours, I think Cyberpunk is.
40 hours, not a lot of time. That's
but for an RPG type game.
Well, I don't know, because you can straight blitz that game, and it doesn't take that long.
Oh, if you want to blitz any game, but then you're missing half the fun if you blitz them. So,
well, yeah, but then as I've said before, like humans, we have this wonderful knack of optimizing the fun out of absolutely everything. Sometimes I think that if you weren't, because I will say, like, some parts of Cyberpunk drag like a motherfucker, but then so the last kind of big RPG I tried to play was Expedition 33. And my God, that was, I mean, I don't think I put much more than 15 hours into that, and I was like, no, I'm out. I just can't. Like, there are times when, oh yeah, but the story's really good. It's like, yeah, but I'm not having fun getting through it. It's got, sometimes it's just a bit too much, Yeah.
It turns out I slightly underestimated my Cyberpunk game time.
I figured as much.
127 hours.
Yeah, thought as much.
That's more like it,
I was going to say there's no way in hell you put less time in that game than I did.
Yeah.
No way. And I've played that game through like 3 times now.
Yeah.
So.
But there we are. So, but yeah, Amnesia, good game. I would say it's probably. Have a look see what its normal store price is. Have a look.
If I had to be honest with you, man, I didn't even realize they'd made that many Amnesia games.
So there are 4 in the main series. And then if you count, I said, the Dark Saint had a DLC called Justine. So, but that's only about an hour long. It's like the sort of like it's like a little bit of cheap DLC. Amnesia the Bunker, £21. If you like Amnesia, I would say that's actually probably fair. Yeah. If you're not sure, then something to pick up at its sale. I mean, you have to like this type of game. You have got to like the stealth survival games. I do like, but I know a lot of people would hate.
I would say I can appreciate why you like them. I just think they're mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah, but I if you like, to me that is, I love the tension of them, but I can understand why people wouldn't like them.
I don't find them tense. Like, I can understand when someone else is really into it, when they get into that like the atmosphere absorbs them. That's like, wow, that's really cool. I can see why they like that. But then when I play it, I'm like, yeah, I don't find this even remotely tense at all. It's just a weird way that my brain is wired. So I tried playing the original Amnesia and was like, I don't feel even remotely intimidated by this thing at all.
Yeah, no, that's fair. If horror doesn't really trigger you, then you're not going to get on with this. It's not going to do anything to you, because if you're not triggered by it, and I don't think you've never struck me someone who like horror stuff really triggers.
No, not in the slightest. The worst thing for me is is jump scares, but it's not that they're scary or intimidating; they're annoying.
I would agree with you on that. I think jump scares are cheap.
The cheapest form of
I mean, I'm trying to think. Does Bunker have any jump scares in it? don't think it does, actually, now I think about it. I don't think there are any jump scares.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like a laser grid and a countdown timer gets my heart rate going more than the average horror game.
Well, so if you're not wired up for it, it's not going to help you. So
Yeah.
But there we go. Amnesia the Bunker. I certainly would recommend it. So, but if you like that type of game, it's very much you have to like that type of game. I mean, if you want to
Take
give
a
one
crack
a try,
at the other ones. There's plenty of stuff that the guys have made. Look, if you don't know, to dip your toes in, maybe give one of the earlier Amnesia games a go, minus Machine for Pigs.
well, if you want to give it a try, give a game like this a try, let me recommend you pick up, and you can pick up for like, I think it's like £8. You can pick up Penumbra, which is like Frictional's before they made Amnesia. This is what they made. This is you and Penumbra.
I've got those as well.
Yeah, and they cover a lot of the same mechanics, work the same way. Amnesia sort of took over their thing, but that's not their first game. Penumbra very much fit all the mechanics that you experience in Amnesia, although it's a bit more action focused, a bit more like attacky focused. But yeah, give Penumbra a go. And I'm just had a quick look on Steam because I knew it was cheap. You can basically get Penumbra, and one of the other sort of like I think it's like the first 2 games in the series for £8 on Steam. So for £8, give it a go. If you don't like that, if you don't enjoy the sort of gameplay of that, you're not going to enjoy Amnesia. You're not going to. Soma possibly redeem himself with a storyline because it's a very in-depth storyline, and I know a lot of people who don't like horror games like Soma, but they often tend to play with safe mode on. Yeah, sure. Because the story's engaging enough as it is. When you've got safe mode on, it's basically a walking simulator to that point, which is a very grumpy person in it. I understand that. I can kind of appreciate that kind of mode in a game like that. So, but yeah, because it's almost like the survival horror mode is actually kind of taking you away from the story. If that makes sense. So, like you just want to get to the next bit of the story and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I don't have to deal with this. To be fair to Soma, they did a very good job of balancing the horror, the survival horror mode with the storyline. That as I said, it's more scripted, so that there are safe bits where you can be pretty sure you're not going to get caught out, or the monster's not going to come and wander around, and you've got some time to look and explore and read stuff. So what makes Soma good is that every sort of like level of the game, it's meant to be like a game you feel all the way through, but every sort of level, each monster in each area is different and has different mechanics tied to it, and it works differently and behaves differently. So it's like fresh every time you go into a new level. I mean, it's still the same basic general idea, but there'll be a monster that's like, there's like one which will, if you get too close to, will basically start to fry your brain, so you sort of like lose track and you end up like losing, almost going unconscious. There's ones that are like really good at hearing, but like got very poor sight, and like they'll hear a pin drop. There's a lot of various mechanics of a theme, but I would say Penumbra, give that a go. If you don't like that, that'll give you an idea if you're going to like this type of game. If you don't like it, you're not going to like the rest of the games. But Soma, I would say to anybody, give that a go. You can try it first with the monsters. I think you can engage, I can't remember if I think they patched Soma so you can engage safe mode later on. I think they patched it. Because I think you can try it on a normal difficulty and then go, this isn't for me, turn it to the easy mode. I think at first you had to start at the game at the start saying in safe mode, you had to start it in safe mode, but I have a feeling later on they patched it so that you could you could toggle it on and off almost. That's a very common thing these days. Yeah, and I don't quote me on that. I think there's something I've heard, but it's been a long time since I played Soma. There are 2 bits in Soma where you do. There are 2 chase scenes in Soma which you can't bypass because they're scripted, so they have to happen. But other than those 2 bits, and they're very short chase scenes anyway. Like we're talking like one's like about a minute long, one's like about 30 seconds long, if that. They're very short. Apart from those 2 bits, the rest of the game, safe mode, you can just. I say it's like a walking simulator. But there's somebody grumpy walking around with you. Right. But yeah, that's from everything from myself. Anything else from yourself, Scouts? We've to wrap up. No, mate, that sounds pretty solid. Cool. Well, thank you both for watching and joining us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it. You can join us on our next podcast, which is the 4th of December, the penultimate podcast of the year, and there'll be obviously our final, and then there'll be our final podcast, the 18th of December, our final podcast of the year.
I was going to say thanks for correcting that, Ram. The final one, and people are like, yay!
Yeah. No, we haven't faded just yet. The internet's got enough bandwidth for us. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. So from me, the Suffolk Ram,
Scasius,
we'll see you all in a fortnight.
take it easy, guys.